Hey, I'm back again. I'm going to explain about this thing many GoAnimators back in 2015 they used to call it, the baby show Hatebase fandom. Now, I've not heard 100% about all of it because I never made grounded videos out of those kid show characters. Even if they were portrayed as troublemakers back then in really old behavior card day videos, I have had no interest putting kid show characters as troublemakers rather than the villains and troublemakers who are actually bad people. Anyways, onto the term. This term was pretty stupid back then. Even though I like these people such as the Colossal D, Lion, Navpandesign V7 and many other people used to take these preschool characters to the extreme. So because they never liked these shows, they made these choices to put them as troublemakers, getting grounded, and they even got a lot of people to turn against these shows. I know that was a long time ago and they no longer do that, but I'm bringing this up for criticizing purposes only. Honestly, was this just to make you look cool and ready for the adult world? Are you trying to say it's wrong to watch Blue's Clues or Little Bear? It's fun to move on from those shows if you think it's not fitting for you. But the way these preschool characters were portrayed as troublemakers seemed really odd to me. And it really didn't make no sense. I am aware that I'm not telling you guys to stop because there will be some newer GoAnimators out there that have heard of this term. But you should understand why this Hatebase is unnecessary and why it became bad at the end. Why is it funny seeing a preschool character getting grounded? I get that they are considered parodies, but I don't think for a parent they would like something about that on the internet. Before then it was all non-stop, various videos of preschool characters getting into trouble. Mainly Dora, Caillou and Little Bill get targeted the most. What I don't understand the meaning of this is why are some of these users making them look like bad influences? Some people even say they are worse than Hitler. Now that's just insanely pure bull. Sid the Science Kid, Ubi, Elmo, Caillou and these characters are not freaking criminals. They were never supposed to be portrayed as troublemakers at all. I know it's your channels and you can do whatever. You still should realize all the other people that could be hurt from seeing that. And back then, it wasn't just preschool characters people hated. In older behavior card videos and you don't notice, some characters that are not preschool type were used in those old behavior card day videos because they think the character is horrible and they want to mark them as a troublemaker. That also didn't make sense. I'm fine with villains being on there because those are characters that actually did bad things. It doesn't mean they are pure evil. I only put villains getting bad cards in my old behavior card day videos because that to me made much more sense because of the actions that led them to what happens to them in the future. They're made for fun. I wanted to have a bit more sense with the people in it that actually meant to get those cards because like I said, those were characters that actually did bad things, so that would be understandable. But for a good character, even preschool characters, I can handle all of your opinions, but I think that's absurd to some people. When I joined the community, that's pretty much almost what every GoAnimator did. I don't even know why they chose to take them seriously in the first place. It doesn't mean they want to throw their childhood away. That was kinda useless, especially making a video or a post out of it. I remember the one user who used to take all these shows to the extreme. And that person was Brendan Barney. I know he was also one of my favorite users, but all those rants he did about all those shows he hated, that was notorious. Was it insecure making all those rants to being with all that space and you used it for your rant videos about these preschool characters you hated? Why post it and tell people? If you don't like something, then simply keep that opinion to yourself. No one honestly wants to even watch a video about that. The baby show Hatebase makes no sense. It was dangerous to the ones who enjoyed them as a kid. I never did grounded videos out of them because I didn't find that great or fitting for my channel. While I did grounded videos, nothing like what those people did in 2015. Also, to be honest, some of these GoAnimators were probably younger and used to like them. I can understand as an adult, it's understandable. But, is it worth it to make a rant or a grounded video out of them? Why would you even randomly hate on a show you used to like as a kid? You're forgetting about all the good times you had with them on. You love them and you wish they stay on TV forever. But then after you discover that there is a trend that a lot of people hate those shows and you join the trend where they want to banish kid shows, then, guess what happens? You eventually lose your memory of the day you got introduced to Nick Jr., PBS Kids and Noggin. For people that were left behind. Almost all these shows don't exist on TV anymore. Yes. If you are going to try and revisit your childhood, now since you missed it, I'm afraid that won't be possible. PBS Kids and Nickelodeon and Disney Jr. changed the way how they offer their schedules and only keeps about 4 to 5 shows. Like now, the only classic shows Nick Jr. shows is Team Izumi and Bubble Guppies. Dora the Explorer was the last Nick Jr. show, let alone one of the oldest Nick Jr. shows in the 2000s to absolutely stop doing reruns, leaving only their current shows. When I found out when Blue's Clues also stopped doing reruns around July 2019, that was when I stopped watching it. I only came back when Dora was on. I didn't really care for those other shows, maybe Paw Patrol sometimes, but in my opinion, a lot of the other new shows didn't seem fitting for me. But I never made grounded videos out of them. I can have an opinion whether if I don't like what the channel current has, but I will never make a rant about it. But I think Nick Jr. was really going downhill when they changed their brand in summer 2018, replacing the smartest place-to-play era, making the brand completely different. And now there's people treating these shows worse than Hitler, it's not a great show, and other of these toxic terms. Do you guys have any clue on who Hitler was? He was a guy that hated Jews and wished they didn't exist, and he wanted to murder them. His behavior was sick and out of hand. Get this straight. Nothing is worse than killing a bunch of people. If someone get killed, that's big. You don't compare anything else worse than killing someone. Killing is always an extreme act, because someone dies from it. The term "they are worse than Hitler" is the most toxic term I've ever heard. Trust me here. Hitler did a lot of bad things in most of his life to eventually get considered some of those horrible killers up there. Back onto the topic here. Even if some of you don't find these shows interesting, you find them annoying, or you don't like it, this Hatebase can be dangerous to people that enjoyed the good times they had as babies/toddlers. You're only doing it just to look cool and grown up. You are still considered a grown nevertheless, believe it or not, adults watch them too. They want to get their children to enjoying something they would like for kids. They help children learn certain things and at the same time, have fun. These shows helps kids, especially if they are struggling in school. The fact that some of these people wanted to run away from it makes no sense. Now they're gone, it's gonna be a little bit harder to find them anywhere else. I hope this video here taught you some facts here. I know I can't stop you. The choices are yours. That's all I have for this video. So see you all.